Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Factorio C-Block. This is episode number 5, and it's time officially to increase the power. Yep. Well, last episode, we completely rebuilt the base from the starter build into something more expandable and a steam engine setup that was stable. And I started laying down machines to set up our smelting again so we could automate the red and the green science and start researching some higher tech levels. And I guess I just put down too many things, and we were also siphoning off some of our coal for the filtration units over here, because we're using these filter frames. We'll eventually tech out of those, but not yet. I think we need actually red and green science to tech out of that. We'll tech out of that eventually, but we need it now. And I also needed some of our carbon, which we were using for the steam engines. We need some of it for our furnaces. And all these machines I added, it was just too much. So I thought naively when I redid this last episode, like, oh, this will last probably 3 or 4 episodes. That'll be great, and I can focus on production. No, we're probably going to be, at least until we tech into something more sustainable like solar panels or something radically better, we're going to be increasing our green algae production by a lot all the damn time. Yeah, I don't know exactly how often. Probably at least once a video I'll have to do this. Maybe a couple times this video. We'll just have to see, play it by ear. Yeah, we'll just tile this down. We're currently already compressing 1 yellow belt with these 6. And the next 6 we'll compress a second. We could fit a third and possibly even a fourth. I might be able to weave in here. And by then I'm hoping we'll be able to tech into red belts, which will double the amount. We might have to move everything over a little bit though. I'm not exactly sure how long we'll be on this exact production cycle for the steam energy thing. So we're just going to take it one step at a time. I already did the wood pellets. I added extra of these. Actually, I think we need a few more. I'm going to have to look at my figures on my spreadsheet. Every time I say the word, like my calculations and spreadsheet, I feel like I need a lab coat on or something. Just extend that a bit and give you some more of these. And another thing we need to do, well, when I set this up, I thought we would get 3 or 4 episodes out of it. While I could focus on production, I've been figuring out the ratios of all these different machines and how many of the different things we'll need. We're going to need, it turns out, 24 of these casting machines to fill up 2 yellow belts, which was what my plan was. And I didn't even get that far. I was just laying it out, and I was making machines to get ready for it. We ran out of power. You can see we're not quite supplying enough, and putting down these machines isn't helping either. Once I plug them in, they'll start taking up a static amount of drain. But this is not going to be expandable quite as easily as these other things, which we just have in these vertical columns. So I think what we'll have to do is remake parts of this, so we'll have vertical columns for each of these different types of things. And since we are adding steam engines quite frequently, and we are getting close to aliens, there are some small worms here, small worms there. I guess that's all we have. I can't quite see if there's any biters or spitters. It seems like just worms. But I don't really feel like dealing with those, so we'll probably configure this instead of just a horizontal row of steam engines. We will probably pair them up. How many of these extra do I have? Not too many. Probably pair them up in this kind of thing, and we can pass the coal through just like we could with the old boilers. I almost said steamers. And then run the pipes like this. Obviously the inserter can't be there, but you get the idea. All right, so I'm just about finished laying out the new setup, which will allow us to expand every single last little piece in a linear fashion to the north. I strung everything out. I spaced it out quite a bit. In fact, it looks a little bit silly with how sparse it is. There's not much going on, but every time I need more power, we just add more stuff to the north until we reach our belt capacity. Then we add another belt. I've got room to do that quite a bit, and then we can add red belts, etc. Yeah, it's quite a bit spread out. We're going to have a return line of the carbon here to come back to the furnaces and to just kind of, so I don't have to run all the way down there every time I need it for something. And we definitely want this thing laid out in a certain way. One of the things, besides just laying out left to right, I've added this little thing here, which looks a little silly. But what we're doing is we're making sure that the coal coming out of these furnaces is hitting our liquefier, making carbon dioxide. And that's happening first, because we need that absolutely to make the green algae over there. So we want that happening first, and we want all of our surplus going to the crushers to make crushed coal into the coke, into the carbon. And we also need a little bit of carbon dioxide to make that carbon. And since you need like one of these water guys, and we have some friends, ow, Stop it. Hey, no. Hey, friends, pals, let's be neighbors. Let's be friendly neighbors. No, stop it. Apparently, I guess the offshore pump does not put out pollution. So apparently they don't care about that. Although it hasn't really... No, it is pumping water. Yeah, it doesn't require power. Yeah, so I guess they don't care. As long as this thing... Will that create pollution? Maybe not, but the steam engines definitely will. But they are out of their range. Yeah, so we've got some friends down here. We're going to have to do something about these aliens. We can build around them for a while, but there will be a problem sooner or later. So if we put a steam engine here and here, and I've the way I've laid this out so the coal comes here and we can daisy chain our... to do this many, I'm going to need more than a normal inserter, but for now we'll do it with a fast normal inserter. We'll upgrade to a fast inserter later, but I'm daisy chaining it this way so we don't have to run the line all the way down this way. Only has to go by once. And then let's put in the pipes. So this will just be normal pipes here. Like so. And the reason they're a little bit spread out is because otherwise I couldn't do this. They're spread out to provide space for the inserters, and that also conveniently gives us a nice little space for a power line to go down the middle. And that power line, that's not where it goes in the middle there. That line can also go down this middle and power up our steam engines once we're actually sending them some steam. But the whole system should be ready to go. I do need more underground pipes, pipe to ground. We'll go pick up some more of those. I got a lot of those. Those aren't hard to make anymore. Okay, yeah. So I think we're about ready to turn the whole system on. Okay, so the new updated once again, system has stabilized more or less. No, it's definitely stabilized with what we're doing right now, but we have a little bit of an issue, so we're gonna have to do something about that issue. We have to research some turrets because we have some friends here, some neighbors that we have to evict. Yes, we are annexing their properties, their territories. They are now ours. And yeah, this is pretty good. Probably going to add another step as much as we've done today before I add much more of this. And my plans for how much I wanted to scale this up, it's just not gonna work because we won't have enough power until we tech into some better solutions. Looking at the tech tree, there's a better boiler and a better steam engine coming along, which might help things out. We can also tech into solar panels, which will help during the day quite a bit, and will help also when we have brownouts, help us restart a little bit faster when the daylight comes back. It is working with what we're doing right now. We're not doing a whole lot right now. Let's see, this chest empty out? Yeah, we're gonna go get some more coal for that. There we go. Okay, so the turrets are done. Let's see, can I build a turret? And we also have to make some ammo. Let's make 2. And let's make, I guess this is all the ammo we're gonna have. I'm not gonna shoot at these worms with a gun, because that probably gonna die. I could make some armor. Yeah, why not? It's only 40 plates, which for me right now is actually a lot, until we set this back up. The way I wanted to have this set up, we're gonna have to reconfigure this a bit. We'll still be able to do that. We're gonna do that as soon as this power thing is a little bit more stable. Once we have a little bit more wiggle room, and once we've gotten these worms out of the way. Let's see, did we get our turrets? Let's see what their range is like. I'm not worried about these guys. They do spit at me whenever I run by, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm not offended. The ones I want to deal with are these guys because they're preventing me from having my steam engine setup look pretty and being expandable and duplicatable and all that kind of stuff, tileable. Where did the turrets go? Here they go. Okay, so we need to expand this up to... I guess we're going to be expanding the steam engines over anyway, eventually. So we may as well do something about that. This daisy chaining is a little bit of an issue. I guess, yeah, they're all operational right now. Look at that. None of them have a lapse of fuel, which is kind of a first time for that. Okay, so we're going to be going to this way, in this direction anyway. Oh, found another. When you're going on the right side of the water and you're going down, you can get that little glitchity glitch. Okay, and if I crafted that armor, did it automatically put it on me? It did. Turrets, are you in range? Not quite. Okay, what about now? Yep. Okay, here we go. Waiting for the daylight just for the sake of the video. Okay, stop, guys. Okay, get him. Get him. Yes, yes. Okay, repair. Oh, and they're dropping the alien goop. I did not realize that was a thing in this mod pack. I guess it is. It's not in the game, in the base game anymore. Alien artifact. Okay, they are out of the way. That's fantastic. Now we can expand the power system. I think I'm going to go ahead and triple it up just to make sure. The bigger it gets, the more stable it'll be until I add a whole bunch more stuff, like all of our metal stuff. But we need to start the science back up because just continuing to double this up over and over again, it's not going to be a good solution. We need to tech into some better machines and technologies and all that kind of stuff. All right, well, I went ahead and did it. I added another 6 of the algae farms and everything else that goes with it. So the power is doing pretty good, pretty stable, and we've got that large amount of bar. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on it just to make sure that we don't tip over the tipping point because this is a delicate system because it feeds on itself. I'm gonna keep these worms here just because I think they're kind of fun. Keep me on my toes every time we walk by. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, we got plenty of this carbon backed up. We are producing everything. So let's get back to actually producing some metals. We really want to get the red and particularly the green science going. To get the green science going, we've got to turn the tin and the lead smelting back on, which means we're going to need more of this stuff. And I did some work figuring out the ratios of all these things. This is what this pipe formation stuff is. It's just shorthand for me to remember what the ratios are. So, for instance, like 2 of these guys will power 3 of these guys, so 2 to 3. These guys are almost 1 to 1, etc., 2 to 1, and whatever. These guys are 1 to 2. 8 of these crystallizers can power 1 of these guys, so I think instead of just putting them in a vertical line, we're going to have to do some kind of configuration where they are kind of surrounding it. We can't get 8 of these guys around him, but it will be more space efficient if we kind of try to surround him a little bit. We could get 4 like that and maybe 6 more, and then we'll have to output stuff. The sapphirite ore. Probably going to do mostly sapphirite for a while because we get more iron than copper out of that, and we need more iron than copper right now. For the science, it's kind of a bit balanced. For the red, we need twice as much iron to copper, but for the green, the ratio is kind of the opposite. But for all the other stuff we're making, we need more iron. So I think we will mostly just do the sapphirite ore and maybe try to fill up one of those. So if one of these filtration units powers 2 of these guys, if we powered 4, we'd be powering 1 crusher going full speed, crushing up this sapphirite, but we need that other stuff as well. So what I need to do, I guess the main thing is just, damn it, that's the wrong direction. What we need to do, we just need to expand downward, get some more space so we can hook up some more machines and get some more... that annoys me so much. We can fix it. I'm gonna do that. Okay, but if we move to the left, it should work fine. And in fact, I might have enough landfill at this point where I don't need to be doing this anymore. Let's go check the reserves. I had the reserves operating very slowly just to keep it from taking too much crushed stone from the system. And in fact, I picked it up entirely when I added more crushers there. Okay, I guess we can put it back. So we want that make gain landfill, which is right there. Once we research washing, which I could have done already, I just haven't really bothered. We could have a very efficient means of getting the landfill. But I'm making so much stone now that I think it's all right to do it this way. These guys are both operating. I guess we kind of backed up. We're not using as much power as we have capability, so our stuff's kind of got backed up a bit. Yeah. Everything seems to still be operating. Check the system. It's fine. I wish I had a little camera, like a baby. You know how, like, parents get baby monitors to keep track of their baby while they're sleeping just to make sure that everything's going all right? I wish I had a monitor for this spot right here. That would be a cool mod, just like a little camera mod. So you could have a little picture-in-picture, like in the top left corner of your screen, that would show you a specific spot. I set up a camera right here, just to check to make sure that the carbon is still flowing properly. That seems to be doing good. That would be really handy to have that. I don't have it. Okay, yeah, we are just going to... I've got 700 landfill. Okay, there's none in there. I guess we'll just make more. Yeah, I'm going to keep using it smartly because I have been using a lot. The base has quadrupled or quintupled in size over the last couple of videos. All right, so one of these filtration units runs 2 of these crystallizers, and then it takes 8 crystallizers to run 1 crusher for 1 type of ore. I don't have enough crystallizers to actually do that for multiple types of ore. If we go down here to where they're made, crystallizer. Where's the crystallizer? Down here. They take basic electronic boards, which means we're going to have to turn on the tin and lead before we can make use of that. But what we can do is just lay out a footprint so I know how much space it's going to take. And then we can leave a little bit of guy there. The crusher, this will be the saphirite. Looks off-center, but it's not just because of the angle. It's always tricky. Okay, so we'll have room for a belt to go around here for these guys. And then there's also room for, I think, 2 like that, direct insert to there. Then we'll put the crusher next to it, and approximately in that position. Okay, so let's do this kind of thing. That's annoying. I won't be able to walk through there. This kind of thing. I like to be able to walk through stuff. Oh, you know what? We got to do it like this. And then this guy will go underground to there. This guy will go underground to there. Okay, there. Now they're all linked up. And we would also continue this down as we add filtration units. To power 8 of these, we would need 4 of those. This is going to be our iron producer. I think this, last time I checked, it's going to produce like 2 yellow belts, which is going to be a ton compared to how much we've been making previously. Actually, let's just do it like that. And then we will connect this up. There we go. And as we add more filtrations, that'll fill out and we'll move on down, that kind of thing. But that's going to be the approximate ratio, or just the layout, rather. And then, let's see, what's next? We've got 1-to-1 for the crusher to the sorter. That's nice. And then after that, the sorter is going to be doing saphirite. So it's going to be giving us 2 of iron and 1 of copper. So this gets a little different. But for the main ore, we're going to need, for all of these running at once, this running full speed, this running full speed, we'll need 4 of these blast furnaces to 1. Let's see, is that right? 4 of these blast furnaces will... Oh, I see what I did. Sorry. 4 of these blast furnaces will be fueled by 1 full sorting machine. And for each blast furnace, we will need 2 of these induction furnaces. That's why the 1-to-2. And then for each 2 of these, we'll need 6. So 1, 2, 6. Or 4, 8, 24. Yeah, we're going to need 24 casting machines just for the iron. Eventually, we're going to work up to it. And by the time I actually have built that, who knows what crazy Whasmo gizmos we've been able to tack into. All right, so the first test of a ore crusher at full throughput with the blast furnaces and all the other stuff is about to commence. I just need to turn on the power for the filtration units. We also need to hook up, let's see, that should do it. Everything's powered. These guys need more coal so that their filters continue to work. That'll last. I've got a good amount, a nice backlog. All my belts are totally compressed, which means something is working. We don't have enough slag to sustain this forever, but it'll be interesting just to watch it for a little while anyway. Okay, as these all come online, these 4 guys should power all 8 of those once they get going. And we are waiting on coal filters. You are... Oh, there's some down at the end, but these will filter through. No pun intended. Okay, now we're going. Now we are cooking. We might, since we're producing a decent amount of sulfuric wastewater at this point, we might eventually need to bleed that off with one of these... I guess since it's a... Is it a liquid or a gas? We need a clarifier or a flare stack. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure it's a liquid, but whatever. Okay, so are we going yet? We are not. They are moving. I did not hook them up. Oh, no wonder. Okay. That might help. Okay, let's connect the pipes. I disconnected everything just so I could make sure it worked right before we started filling everything up. There we go. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. So as we add more of these vertically, we will have a belt here to output the crushed stone. And we'll eventually feed that back into our system. And a similar thing, we'll have a belt for our slag. Let's give these guys fuel. Forgot to do that, I guess. Okay. Oh, and they don't have inserters. Okay, I forgot to do a bunch of things. And I'm out of the ingredients to make fast inserters. I've scavenged as many as I can from other builds to make things where I absolutely do need them. So for now, we're going to be using slow inserters until we get our lead and tin. We will definitely get that lead and tin set up next time. Let's see, can we put some lights in here? Just a couple. Just to give us a little bit of light. This whole configuration looks kind of cool. Looks like a laser beam built in outer space. Or a laser death gun or something like that. Okay, filling these up. There we go. Look at this. So I did hook up all these pipes. I don't know exactly. I don't think we're going to be maxing out these pipes with the molten iron. We've got the iron coming down. Very nice. Let's check out how our power is doing. I also could add more boilers and steam engines here. I haven't done that yet because I was running low on supplies. And we needed the iron for that, so that's going to be pretty good. I'm actually going to stockpile a bit. And next episode, we are 100% going to be... Oops, okay. Just pick that stuff up. You ghosted that. There we go. We are 100% going to be setting up the red and the green science. We're going to have to expand downwards quite a bit. I wanted to keep these worms as a like a mascot for the series. But they're going to be in the way because the science is going to be over here to the right. So I guess we'll have to kill them because they're in our way. That's the way we do it in Factorio. Okay, how we doing here? I said we don't have enough slag to run this full time. Let's just see what the bottleneck is. We might, oh, this might... Do you need a fast inserter? You could use a fast inserter out. And after letting it run for a little while, managed to find a few bottlenecks. Forgot to hook up a pipe over here. Added more liquefiers to add more slag slurry. Added more electrolyzers to add more slag. And let's take a look at the power. The power just crashed. It was just an experiment. I wanted to see how it would handle. And I think we probably added too much. I picked up a lot of the solar panels and accumulators. That probably didn't help because they were in the way. But we should have a decent amount of iron after like 1 or 2 days of in-game time. Got about 1,000 if they're the same each one. No, they're not. Got like 600 or 700. The power has dropped out. Let's just give the power system a look. This looks fine. Oh, what's going on here? You guys are producing. You should be consuming this carbon dioxide. I guess it just needs to catch up. Yes, we did need those solar panels to jumpstart our problems, to help with our problems whenever we have a little bit of a slowdown, and we're having trouble catching back up because the solar panels are gone. And when the power drops at all, that means all the inserters drop out, all that kind of stuff. Now the night is coming, so that's a bit of an issue. Yeah, we're definitely going to be using both solar panels and accumulators in tandem. I've decided that that's probably the best idea. For now, just so I can jumpstart it. I didn't think we'd be able to run this much power. I knew I would have to expand a little bit more. We have a little bit more capacity for steam engines, and I just didn't add that yet. We do need to get some iron out of this. So let's see. Do I have some carbon? I can jumpstart us a little bit by picking up some of this carbon. No, not that. Dang it. And we will just do this kind of thing. Oh, this doesn't actually go anywhere. There's no steam engines up there. Okay, that'll give us an instant shot of power, which instantly lets these guys start going, and then it should just catch up. But we did tank our power because we didn't have our solar panels and accumulators down. Yeah, we're going to have to scale this back just a little bit. This was just to get some extra iron and also to try out the system. This is actually not enough casting machines to run with this many. For 8 of these guys, we need 24, and I just didn't have that many. We're going to have to get some supplies to make more. Because that costs, well, everything costs iron, plus other stuff. And looks like We are having power troubles. Yeah, we need to expand the power a bit more before I turn on this many machines. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. We've expanded a lot, though. Things are working. We just have to be careful as we expand so that the whole thing doesn't crash and burn right in front of us. Next time, we are going to add in copper and tin. Since we're basically have a sorter running full-time on iron, we're going to take some of these out. And we also have the copper ore, so we'll have the copper ore. We'll set up the tin and lead. Whatever I said, copper, iron, tin, lead. That's what we're doing next episode. And the red and green science. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.